background on both of these. They shouldn't really be too much. So I have all the apps that I'm going to be testing on both of them. They've already been open on both these devices. So let's go ahead and see which ones are faster. I think I just glitched up both my phones. So let's go ahead and do Snake versus Blocks. 3, 2, 1. The iPhone, actually the Note 10 was faster there, so let's go ahead and see if they glitch up at all. They really shouldn't because this is an extremely basic game. I think the Note 10 actually vibrated a lot, which is really weird. I don't know why. So you can see they both compare pretty much exactly the same. It's a very basic game, nothing too crazy. Let's go ahead and do Paper IO 2. 3, 2, 1. Now this is actually an offline game, so there's not really too much to it, and I don't think it's going to let us play actually. But let's go ahead and see which one is going to be more stuttery. And they both are almost exactly the same. It seems like you guys can kind of tell over the camera which one is actually better. But I think in terms of everything, they're both going to be almost exactly the same in my opinion. So that is a really cool thing. I'm glad that iPhone XS isn't super slow, which it isn't at all. Thank you. 3, 2, 1. Sometimes I don't even need to add my input, I'll be honest. I just have to fill in the time of when the apps are opening. As you can see, the Note 10 actually loaded up faster. Let's go and see which one is faster in terms of gameplay. And I'll definitely tell you they're almost exactly the same. There's really not too much of a difference between them. Bro, my hands be looking like super old. I look like a 70-year-old, bro. I'm only 50 years old. I don't know why my hands look so old. And I actually have no Wi-Fi, so I would have re-downloaded most of these apps that I skipped, but whatever. Temple Run, 3, 2, 1. Now, hopefully this one isn't already in the game because I don't have to restart this whole thing. And I am, so I have to restart this whole entire thing again. So let's do Temple Run again. 3, 2, 1. And I just hit the camera, but I just had to mute all that audio. As you can see, the iPhone or the Note 10 was actually faster. And I got to turn down this volume because Samsung phones just be making all this noise. Let's go ahead and see. And they're going to be almost exactly the same. I don't even know why I'm testing this because it's such a basic game. Let's do BOFA. 3, 2, 1. And again, the Note 10 is faster, even on off Wi-Fi. So when they're both off Wi-Fi and now off internet frequency, the Note 10 is still faster. Let's do Instagram. 3, 2, 1. And they're both, I would say they're almost exactly the same. They both kind of, this one had a pop-up, but I think that they're both almost the same. Facebook, 3, 2, 1. And the iPhone XS was actually faster there. I feel like Facebook is just optimized better on the iPhones than on Androids because I feel like every single comparison I've ever done, the iPhones were actually able to open Facebook up faster. Fruit Ninja, 3, 2, 1. And I'm so all over the place with this, I'm going to probably forget where I'm at. Let's go ahead and accept it and move on, see which one is faster. And I think the Note 10 might be fast. Now that I said that the XS is going to be faster, I think. Oh, they were almost exactly the same, to be honest. However, one really annoying thing I just realized is that some games, I guess, aren't optimized for the Note 10. That is super annoying to have these many bars like this. That's a pretty thick bar, man. Like I said, I know a thick thing when I see one. And that's a pretty thick bar to be having just on the bottom of a freaking phone. Let's do Twitter. 3, 2, 1. And the iPhone XS is taken for, I don't know what took that phone so long. The Note 10 was definitely the clear winner. Let's go and end it off with the Real Racing 3, 3, 2, 1. Now, for some reason, this one is on a different icon version, so I'm definitely on like a probably older version on this phone than on this phone, but it shouldn't be that big of a difference, I'll be completely honest. This one, I just did a comparison with it like last week, so the update probably wasn't even that big. But as you can see, the iPhone XS is actually way ahead of the Note 10, I think. Wait, maybe I'm wrong. Nope, the Note 10 is actually slower than the iPhone XS when opening up this specific game. Now, this isn't an end-all be-all. This doesn't mean the Note 10 is so much slower or anything, but it is kind of interesting in my opinion. Now, let's go ahead and load up some RAM. Like I said, the Note 10 technically on paper has more RAM than the iPhone XS, but just like my last comparison, I found that the iPhone XS Max was able to hold its own. And you can tell right now I'm just trying to see if there's one that just restarts or anything. And so far, they're doing really well on both of them. I don't have like crazy apps open on either of these. None of these have restarted yet, so that's really good. BOFA, and I don't think any of them are really going to restart. So what I'll definitely tell you is in terms of the speed comparison, I do think the Note 10 might be just a little bit faster on most of the comparisons that I've done, but I don't think it's going to be like a world's different. Like, I think if you have the XS, I think you're going to be perfectly fine. Like, I don't think you should be updating to a Note 10 or getting a Note 10 just for the speed increase or anything like that.